All right, welcome to Your Local Notes. I'm RJ. Mike is behind the scenes, making sure I sound and look as good as possible. A big job for him, but he usually does a good job. We're going to be hanging with Amanda and Adam tonight, and they have a new album coming out. We're going to talk about that, and we got a special treat. They're going to be playing a couple songs live, so really looking forward to that area. So we're going to get things rolling right now. Again, it's Adam and Amanda Webb, and the album they got coming out is called As the Seasons Go. This song is called Even When on yourlocalnote.com.
Even when you fall asleep, even when you see me go out the door, even when you cry, I'll be here. And even when the sun goes down, even when you think that I'm not around, even when it's dark, I'll be here.
Always a sunny day and a wind to blow those clouds away.
And I'll be the one to guide you through the storm. You've got a friend in me, a love indeed. I'll always be there, making sure you succeed. Even when you fall asleep, even when you see me go out the door, even when you cry, I'll be here. And even when the sun goes down, even when you think that I'm not around, even when it's dark, I'll be here.
So close your eyes and listen to this lullaby. Have no fear, tomorrow's almost here.
And even when you think I'm gone, you know I'll always be singing to you. In this song you've got a friend in me, a love indeed. I'll always be there, making sure you succeed. So you don't have to worry, don't worry. My love is all around, all around. You know I will hurry. When you wake up, I'll be right here, so you're safe and sound. Even when you fall asleep, even when you see me go out the door, even when you cry, I'll be here. And even when the sun goes down, even when you think that I'm not around, even when it's dark, I'll be here. Yes, even when it's dark, I'll be here. Yes, even when it's dark, I'll be here.
The song is called Even When. It's Adam and Amanda, and the album, which is coming out soon, is called As the Seasons Go. After that song, the rest of the songs we're going to be listening tonight are going to be played live, so we're looking forward to that. I'd like to welcome Adam and Amanda to yourlocalnote.com. Appreciate you guys coming out.
Thanks for having us.
On a dreary, rainy night, so sorry about that. But good to see you, Adam. It's been probably close to 4 years since we've seen you.
Yeah, I think through the email chain we were able to see it's about that.
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have now branched out with Amanda, because before you were solo, and now you're with your wife, and you're performing together.
Well, you get to a point where you just want to be able to share what you love to do with the people you love.
Okay.
And I think having our, we have a 3-year-old now, so when Amanda was pregnant with him, it was a natural thing, like, let's start writing some lullaby songs. And it just kind of kept evolving from that.
Okay. So, Amanda, you like to also write songs.
Yes,
Did you collaborate on this song, Even When?
we did. Yeah, on most of the songs on the album. There's a few that that Adam wrote primarily himself, and
Okay.
a few that he would start, and maybe he had an idea, and then we would kind of collaborate together.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a few that I had, I had written way back in college, and oldies, and he was like, "Well, let's try this again. Let's see what we can do with it."
Adapted it to the
Yeah.
lullaby
Okay.
concept. Yeah.
So music has been very important in both your lives. Then, is that how you met, through music?
Not really, but it was how our relationship kept evolving.
Okay.
Yeah, we met in college, and we were best friends. And music, like, I would write a song, and we'd just be hanging out one night, and I'd be like, "I wrote this song," and it was obviously about her, but I wouldn't admit it.
Oh,
It'd be
okay.
kind of like, looked like, "Do you like it? What do you think?"
Uh-huh.
So that kind of was part of our relationship in school, for sure.
Amanda, did you pick up on the fact that he was writing songs for you?
I was hopeful.
Yeah. We can't fool you. I never fool my wife. My wife sees right through me all the time. So with that, it's got to be when you're writing songs, and I've been doing this now for a couple of years, talking to songwriters and stuff like that. I mean, these are your babies that you're working with. So trying to critique each other, that's got to be a little dicey at times.
Yeah,
Or do you trust each other that it's not? No, you're at a point where we understand where each other is coming from when talking about music.
I think you just have to you start to realize. I mean, at first you're trying not to step on toes, but then you start to realize what your strengths are, and you're able to pull from two different vantage points of what a song is trying to accomplish. And especially for a lullaby album, there's a lot more things to consider because it's designed to be relaxing, and the words have to be simple, and I tend to write a lot of lyrics, and this had to be spaced out a little bit more. But I think we got to really trust each other's opinion, and when someone had a suggestion, you would see where it took you, and then you could kind of talk to each other and see.
Yeah, I think everything is set out of love. It's never, malicious intent
Right.
or anything. So it's easy to work that way.
Yeah, but you still have to be careful. I always tell this story with my wife. My wife is a very competitive person, and we're in the same industry, but she's very competitive, and she's also a fairly good athlete. We were out golfing one time, and she would not listen to anything I said about, with her swing. I would be like trying to help her and all that. Tell me to shut up. Just shut up. Leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. And then this guy joined us because it was just the two of us golfing. And he said, "Do you mind if I golf with you?" And we're like, "Yeah, no problem." He starts giving her suggestions, and she's like, "Oh, thank you. That's great." I'm like going, "What are you doing? I'm saying the same thing, and you're telling me to shut up. This stranger's telling you stuff, and you're like, oh, that's wonderful. Thank you." So I think it depends on the person. My wife is very, very competitive, so I have to be real careful what I tell her and what I don't tell her, because that's just her nature. Mm-hmm. And that's what has led to her success, her competitiveness. But I just find it interesting trying to work together as husband and wife. We could not work together. So,
well, the songwriting process, it wasn't something we were doing 24/7,
mm-hmm.
and it wasn't like it was, work. It was really, we'd find time when our son Jude was sleeping to be able to escape a little bit, and it was like we get to write music and play, and so that made it feel less, you weren't on edge about it, and there was no real like time frame, like this song needs to be done now. It was more, let's just see where it flows, and then we'll kind of craft this song later on.
So it was like a hobby.
Yeah,
kind of, until it came to the recording. And then Adam's he's a very big professional when it comes to knowing what he wants, and knowing what he's after. So there was a lot of takes.
Yeah.
And a lot of tiptoeing around what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was where I had to be more careful with how I approached talking to Amanda on the recording.
I totally understand, but that's something that you want. You listen to your music, listen to your past recordings, you can hear the perfectionist in you.
Yeah.
So I get that, and she obviously understands, and you've got another album coming out, so it's that's a good thing then.
Well, and it's for her too. Like I knew what on the other side, like when you're first starting to record, you're all you've heard your whole time is in your head,
right?
So hearing that playback and understanding what that translates to, I wanted it for her too. I wanted her to be able to listen back and be like, I love it.
Okay,
so.
Let's do this. Let's go to the second song, which is While You're Waiting.
Okay.
Going to play that live. And then what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll continue to talk about the recording process and things like that.
Sounds good.
All right. We're hanging with Adam and Amanda. The song is called While You're Waiting. It's from their upcoming album, As the Seasons Go, on yourlocalnote.com.
There you go.
While you're waiting for the world to bring what you want, you might find you have all you need. While you're trying to become someone you are not, you might find you are all you need. So let this love wash over you. Let it guide your every move, and let your heart show you the truth. In loving me, you're loving you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. In loving me, you're loving you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. In loving me, you're loving you. Loving you. While you're waiting for the world to bring what you want, you might find you have all you need. While you're trying to become someone you are not, you might find you are all we need. So let this love wash over you. Let it guide your every move, and let your heart show you the truth. In loving me, you're loving you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. In loving me, you're loving you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. In loving me, you're loving you. Loving you. While you're waiting for the world to bring what you want, you might find you have all you need. While you're trying to become someone you are not, you might find you are all we need. You
are all we need.
You are all we need.
You are all we need.
You are all we need.
You are all we need.
You are all we need.
You are all we need.
All right. Very good. Very good. Nice job.
Thanks.
So this song, While You're Waiting, and of course you're hanging out with us on yourlocalnote.com. So the whole album, I take it, is then inspired by your son.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So is this sort of a message to him that he can, listen back 2 years later and sort of say, okay, this is where Mom and Dad was at the time, and here are some positive messages that they're sending to me?
Well, I think, yeah, and at the time we started writing it, at our age, it's when all of our friends are starting to have kids, so you start to feel like outside of just your want to write songs, that there may be some people in your lives that would want to listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely in terms of the lyrics, we were writing, to him or with him in mind when those lyrics were coming up.
And it had to be a little bit easier to be on the same page since it's your son, as you were putting the songs together. How many songs are going to be on this album?
There'll be 10. 10 songs, yeah.
And they're all like a lullaby theme.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that's been taking the longest for the mixing side of it, is to account for that energy,
Okay.
And the editing part of it, you have to be conscious that this is meant to be listened soft. And these different things that I hadn't had to consider with another album, where it's just the songs are what they are,
right?
The feel is what they are,
right? This
whole has to have this kind of mellow feel. There can't be a lot of energy and push to it. So
in the recording process again, Adam has recorded other songs. Amanda, have you ever been in the studio before, or was this your first time?
Oh, it was my first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And an interesting experience?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Very big learning experience.
Did you, as you felt more comfortable with this, or as the recording is going along, do you feel more comfortable making suggestions on the recording process, or are you still watching and letting Adam do his thing?
Yeah, no, I started getting a little bit more comfortable. So I would realize the limitations of myself and my voice as we progressed in the timing of the album. So I knew that there were just certain nights that we would start and it just wasn't going to happen that night. And so I knew, instead of Adam saying, maybe we should try this another night, I'd just kind of, peek my head out of the vocal booth and be like, I don't think this is working.
Now, do you have a studio at home?
So over the few years since we moved to our new house, I built a whole room and vocal booth.
Nice.
So that took about a year, I think it took to build that. And everything is at home. Over the years, I kind of decided long ago I was going to invest in myself. And knowing that I would be able to record as many songs as I wanted to, pros and cons to that, of course.
Right. Now, will you bring it to someone to mix it for you, or how?
So I've been doing all the mixing.
Have you?
But that's been taking a long time. And it's, not ideal to be mixing the stuff that you've done because you're inside of it.
Yes.
And that's provided a challenge. But I've learned so much through this process for future things that I do. I will send it out to get mastered, however.
The next time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's important in this day and age with the music industry. And we talk about this all the time with different bands, because I'm trying to learn what you guys are going through, and because we're going through a major transition. Mm-hmm. Some of it's good with technology, making it affordable to do things. I mean, 20 years ago, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing here, and you probably wouldn't have been able to build a studio like you've been able to build. So those are the pluses. The minuses is, boy, it does take a lot of time. I mean, just the songwriting, which is important, and the singing and the recording, but now producing, I mean, that's a full-time job.
You're wearing all the hats.
Yeah.
And, typically you have someone that's able to come to it with fresh eyes.
Yes.
But, you say this is what it is.
Right.
And this is what we're able to do now, so we don't say we can't do it because that's not the right way or the optimal way.
Right.
So we just kind of went for it, and
And this is a real personal project for you guys. I mean, this is, it's not just songs. I mean, it's your son is involved and he's the inspiration for this.
Sure.
So I can see why it's easier for you to say, no, I know exactly what I want and this is the way we're going to do it. But when you are done with this and look to do another project, I can see you saying, okay, we got to do it differently.
Well, you always want, there's like two sides of me. Like I'm a singer-songwriter and a performer, and I've also fallen in love with the engineering and mixing aspect of it, with trying to figure out how those major labels and recordings accomplish certain things. And some of it's out of your price range, but there are also different techniques you can kind of pick up to emulate as much as possible.
Right.
So yes, to a degree, and it will involve other musicians too, to add some more texture. This was a very simple project. I mean, it was meant to be very acoustic driven, and the vocals to be like we're sitting in the room singing to you. That's the concept of this. Now,
are all the songs recorded and you still have to mix them, or you still have some recording to do?
They're all recorded.
Okay.
They're all recorded.
So now it's up to you. The pressure's on you. Amanda's going, what is he taking so long?
She would probably say this was done a couple months ago, but I just, it's the same thing with the last album. I know this is going to be something I'll listen to in a couple years, and I want to make sure that a couple years from now I'm still happy.
Marketing this, I mean, this is going to be marketed to a different crowd. I mean, your friends, as you mentioned before, what inspired you is your friends are going through the same thing you're going, starting a family and things like that. So it's going to reach a different type of person, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about targeting and have already started different parenting blogs,
right? Things
that are outside of the box of the music industry.
Yeah,
because that's it's a niche project. So having that knowledge, go find those places that don't necessarily promote or talk about music, but thematically are, in that same ballpark.
Right, and it's the songs are soothing as we've heard. So I mean, what parent doesn't want to have something that will soothe their kid at some point or another? So I mean that makes sense. It's going to be interesting. I'm really interested to see how you guys do with this and where you go with it, and what kind of response you get from the non-traditional music areas.
Yeah.
So that would be pretty cool. All right, what do you say we go to song number 3?
All right. What song did we say?
We said Change the World for You.
All right.
Okay. All right, we're hanging with Adam and Amanda. Their album, which is coming up, is called As the Seasons Go. This song is called Change the World for You, and we're so happy that they're playing it live for you right here on yourlocalnote.com.
There will never come a day when you are all alone. All this love I have for you will make your heart your home. No matter what's in store, you always can be sure that love is around. I will change the world for you, make it better than the way that I found it. Be kind in all I do. I endeavor to be all that I hope to change. I will change this whole world, make it better for you. I will change it for you. I will give you all my light and teach you all I know. All I know is love is right and easy to follow. Just imagine everyone is one under the sun, part of it all. I will change the world for you, make it better in the way that I found it. Be kind in all I do. I endeavor to be all that I hope to change. I will change this whole world, make it better for you. I will change it for you. The world can get so cold, but I will be so bold. Yes, I will brave the storm. I will love everyone so that you can be warm. I will change the world for you, make it better than the way that I found it. Be kind in all I do. I endeavor to be all that I hope to change. Yeah, I will change this whole world, make it better for you. I will change it for you.
All right, very nice, very nice. If you don't mind Adam turning around and putting up the sign that's ready to fall. Okay, that hasn't happened in a while. Very good. All right, the song is called Change the World for You. The upcoming album is called As the Seasons Go. Thank you very much, Amanda. Appreciate it. That should be good. Okay, and this is Adam and Amanda. We're hanging out with them. And all right, on this song, is this a song that you wrote by yourself and decided, okay, I'm just going to do this song?
Well, there are a couple songs that we have 5 maybe or 6 that are collaborations or harmonizing.
Right.
And there were a few that we each kind of had that were just felt like solo songs. So it's a good, and it adds to the kind of a little bit of the diversity to the album where it's, it changes it up here and there. And we felt some of those were important to have too because, again, it's meant to be just sitting in a room with someone and singing them to sleep to a degree. But you can tell with that one, it was definitely, we collaborated on the lyrics of all
so
this too.
You co-wrote the song.
Yeah.
You co-wrote all the songs, correct?
Pretty much, yeah. And we've both had a hand in each other's, even if we came with the idea, we both kind of helped move it along and write it together.
All right. That had to be a fun process, though.
Yeah.
Before this project, had you ever written songs together before?
We had written, like I said in college, we had written songs that we shared with the other. Right. And but I mean, actually sitting down and doing what you did here. Maybe like not to the point where like, let's sit down and write a song together. That was the cool thing about this is we got to like, all right, we're going to designate a couple hours to sit and write together. Right. See what comes of it. So Adam pursued music right out of college. Mm-hmm. Did you do the same thing, or did you just were like, that was college, I'm doing something else? Yeah, no, yes. So I didn't pursue music at all. This is more of a pleasure for me to be part of it all. A little bit of a hobby. Yeah. So did you approach her with the idea, or how did this come about? I think I don't remember exactly how it transpired. Do you remember? Probably he got sick of me singing harmonies to all of his songs and was like, okay, let's just make something together. Let's do a project together. That doesn't sound right. Well, guys, it's the funnier way. Nice. Okay, that's good. Now, he's been writing for years. Mm-hmm. You've been sort of helping him a little bit, but now you got into the songwriting process. Was it intimidating at all? Not the songwriting process. That wasn't intimidating. Okay. That's something you like to do. Yeah, that's fun. Okay. The parts that were intimidating for me for this album were like, I got to play like the xylophone and like certain little, instruments on it. And that was like, my heart would be racing. I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is it. I'm recording this. Right. I better do it right. So that was, a nice pushing out of my comfort zone. Okay, sure. That's always good, getting out of your comfort zone. Okay. Yeah. Is this something then, do you see yourselves collaborating on more songs in the future? Not necessarily lullaby type songs, but just any songs? I definitely. I mean, it was such a fun. As a songwriter, I could speak for myself, but like, you get almost a little bit tired of like, this is what's coming from me. Like,
right.
I've written the same topics or certain things. So this was such a breath of fresh air to be able to like, let's see what comes of it. It doesn't have to be my thing, and I don't have to be completely like attached to every little detail. I can let someone else share that load a little bit, and not feel like it's mine. It's ours. So that's something I never had really before.
And also, there are some songs that came from this whole process that didn't go onto this album specifically, because maybe the lyrical content was a little too deep or heavy for the album. Okay. So, and Adam has a really good sense of where he sees certain songs going, and the feel of an entire album together. So that's been interesting too, because I really like some of the ones. I'm like, what are we going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? When is it coming out?
All right. Nice. Okay.
That's on the long list of songs to do.
We know Adam likes to perform live. That's a natural place for him to be, in front of the mic and in front of an audience. Yeah. Is that something that you guys are going to do? Are you going to perform together, or is that something you're not comfortable with?
Well, I think, one of the things we talked about with the promoting of this is not a typical venue album. Right. So we had talked about more kid-friendly and family-friendly places that maybe, again, don't host music but would be open to this concept. Right. So, and even with what we do, the promoting of it, especially with kids, I mean, you have their attention for 10 minutes, right?
That's a lot. If you can get 10 minutes, yes.
So, more like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
We'd play a couple of the lullaby albums, and then I'd probably do some fun upbeat stuff. So in that sense, we could do, some stuff to promote the album that could, you could tell me, but she doesn't like to sing out in front of people as much as I do. Well, that was my question.
Yeah, I mean, are you looking forward to performing live?
That's not been my favorite part.
Okay. That's again out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good, but you're taking steps.
Yeah.
Okay. You've gone from not doing any music, now writing songs, recording, playing different instruments.
That's huge, man. And that's in the span of like, the writing was over the course of a couple of years, but the recording, that was within like 2 months we recorded everything. Nice. So you have to she jumped into it and got it pretty quickly.
Oh, she'll be on stage soon, and then in a year you won't get her off the stage.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Are you going to be playing live anywhere soon?
Not that I know of the place. I just found out from one of my booking agents that I'll be playing Friday nights. I don't know where.
Well, send it to us.
It's in Bethlehem.
We'll get it on the site.
I'll send you the link.
Okay.
But the majority, and pretty much this whole year has been this album and creating it. Okay. So little places here and there.
Very cool.
But
very cool.
This has been the focus.
And then when you go together, that's going to be a big deal, and I want to know about it.
That's right. We'll keep you posted when the release will be then.
Sounds good. Yeah. Excellent. It was great hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, you as well.
Best of luck with this project.
Thanks
so much.
And your future projects.
Thanks.
And when is the little one expected?
June 1st.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Let's wrap things up. The last song is going to be Thankful. Just want to remind everyone we've got another vidcast a week from today. We rescheduled Jordan White. So he'll that Mike's shaking his head. That ain't working. Okay, great. We'll work that out then. We got one coming soon, though. This is why I like live, because he looks at me going, again?
That's not happening.
Yeah, no. Okay, very good. All right, let's wrap things up from the upcoming album as the seasons go. This is Adam and Amanda. The song is called Thankful on yourlocalnote.com.
I see my flaws and you just block them out. Tell me I'm human and relieve my doubts. And when I say that I've had better days, I'm so thankful you're here to comfort me. I love the way that you look at me now. You are so beautiful. I am so thankful I even know you at all. La da 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 da. You're unconditional inside of my eyes. Your very presence is my sweet surprise. You light the world up with your every smile. I'm so thankful that you are my child. I love the way that you look at me now. You are so beautiful. I'm so thankful I even know you at all. I love the way that you look at me now. You are so beautiful, and I'm so thankful I even know you at all. Yes, I'm so thankful I even know you at all. I'm so thankful I even know you at